Hello everybody, here is Lucas once again. Hopefully you've caught the sun today because that has so many benefits. You're just smiling when you're looking at the sun and immediately you're just happier. And yeah, I do it every day, so if you didn't do that, I hope you would and I hope you will. But guys, I don't know if you've ever talked to yourself. Just, you pretended to talk to the ceiling, to the walls in your home, to the furniture at home, because you were alone and you wanted just to practice. Practice for speech, or practice just language, or practice for some kind of public speech, whatever. Just, have you ever talked to the wall? Have you ever talked to the ceiling? Have you ever talked to yourself? That's the question for today. And because of that, I think that is the game changer for most of the people who want to actually be good at speaking. If you want to be good at speaking, if you want to be good at giving speech, if you want to be good talker in this way, you have to talk to yourself. And trust me, all of the good talkers, all of the people who are amazingly, tremendously well in speech, they did practice it just by themselves. They practiced that alone. They practiced that when nobody saw them practicing it. Just they closed themselves in the rooms and they were talking to themselves. They were talking to the wall just in front of them. So they were imagining even that somebody maybe is standing in front of them. They were imagining that they are having a conversation, discussion, of a debate even. So that is probably a game changer for everybody who started it. And that was a game changer for me, because I started talking to myself 4 or 5 years ago when I was also studying English, when I was studying different things, when I was just gaining the skill of giving a speech, when I was just practicing how to speak well and how to speak clearly and profoundly so that somebody can listen to me. I mean, over here on YouTube, nobody listens to me. I don't have viewers, but I don't care about it. If you are listening to that, I strongly appreciate you. I strongly appreciate your ears, and hopefully you will get some advice. You will gain some piece of advice from me today. Remember that when you're talking to yourself, you can practice everything step by step. You are practicing without stress, no pressure on you. You can actually take your time for something. You can think about a topic. You can think about a subject. And recording yourself is next step. Yeah, recording yourself is next step, because then you can actually look at a video, analyze it, look at the mistakes that you've done. Yes, look at the mistakes you've made, and then correct it next time, so as it can be appropriate, so as it can be something that you will be proud of finally, right? You can gain satisfaction from it eventually. I remember when I was practicing speaking for myself just alone, when nobody saw me, I felt cringe. I felt kind of awkward, as I can say it. But it's just at the beginning. It's just at the beginning. The feeling just of being awkward is stupid, because there is nothing embarrassing about talking to yourself, because that's about practice. So when you're practicing something, you shouldn't be awkward of it. You're getting a skill, bro. So you're getting a skill, bro. Once again, you're grinding in this way. Yeah. So guys, don't feel embarrassed of talking to yourself. And that's probably how people gained their talking skills very often, because if you want to be good at speaking, you just have to start speaking. So I am a teacher, so very often just very often I use language. So I have to talk a lot, I have to talk a lot, I have to talk a lot, I have to talk a lot. So I'm learning on my pronunciation, I'm still learning, and I will learn, because all of us is learning all life. But I don't have to actually speak alone so much because of my job. but still I speak a lot. I speak to the camera, I speak to myself about some cases that are important for me, about my beliefs, because just it's important to me to be able of giving my point, to be capable of expressing myself clearly when I will have a conversation about some idea, some topic, some subject. So if you want to be better at speaking, just start talking to yourself. Really start talking to yourself, or in front of the camera, recording yourself, whatever. Nobody is listening, bro. Nobody is listening to you. So why not? You can't make mistakes. Oh yeah, you can't make mistakes. You can't make mistakes, because that's what the truth is about life, that you can't make mistakes. But when you have a speech, it's stupid to make mistakes, right? So why don't you practice alone? Why don't you just close the door from your room and start speaking about some topic, about traveling, about God, about believing, about faith, about stress, about how to gain muscles, about the diet, about the nutrition, about the family, whatever, about a friendship, about love, whatever, really. I mean, there are so many topics in life that you can talk about alone, that you can talk every day about any different topic you want for 365 days in a row. So the second thing is, your brain doesn't recognize the difference. And you can actually use that in your advantage, as I did. And I've done it, because very often when I control my thoughts, I control them just because of the fact that my brain doesn't recognize the difference. So every time when I think positively. The same thing is with speaking. When you are speaking about something, when you're talking, your brain doesn't recognize the difference if you're speaking in front of the audience, the huge audience, the crowds, or just alone. You're just talking. Okay, when you speak in front of the crowds, you actually have stress, right? You've got pressure. So that's what you have to face in the future. So it's another step to be able to talk clearly and nicely in front of the crowd, in front of the audience, small audience, big audience, independently on what is the audience. You have to start speaking alone. And once again, independently on if you want to speak well in front of your family, in front of your friends, on some party or some reunions or anything, some meetings, conferences, important meetings, less important, more important meetings, then you have to start speaking alone, in quiet, in your own room, precisely, clearly. And then you have time. And when we have time, that is the time to prepare. Because then, on a stage, you will not have more time. Over here, alone, when nobody is seeing you, when nobody is listening to you, you can speak, you can practice. The same actually thing is with every other skill, but not every skill can be practiced alone. And this one can be fully practiced alone. You don't even have to think about it. You can just start speaking. The same thing is with running. You just go running. But when you go running, some people look at you. So if you're a bit fat, you can be embarrassed of your neighbors saying, "Oh, he started running. He wanted to lose weight, right?" But over here, come on, man. You're alone. Nobody fucking listens to you. Sorry for the curse, but nobody's listening to you. Just start speaking. The same is with the skill of language. I mean, when you're learning some language, you can start speaking alone, because why not? Of course, it's more convenient to have a tutor. I also did have a tutor. I also have a tutor in Spanish, because I'm learning Spanish very intensively. But I also speak alone, just for myself, just about what I want. And it's actually giving me fun. It's crazy, right? Guys, remember that we weren't made to be unhappy. Start taking care of yourself. Start taking care of your health. And catch the sun. Bye.